Hello everyone, this is OSK, and today we're going to be learning about the new hero of NARAKA BLADEPOINT, Ziping Yin. Ziping Yin is a support style fighter that focuses on defenses and healing abilities. Her abilities offer health and armor regen, some shielding, some resistances, and even a revive. Using the abilities correctly can give you the bounce back you need in a team fight, or if you're flying solo as well. If you use her abilities correctly, you'll be a force to be reckoned with your staying power and defensive capabilities. Now let's go over Ziping Yin's skills. Ziping Yin's first skill, aromatherapy, will allow her to throw out spiritual twigs, which when entered into the area of effect, will allow players to gain health and armor regen as well as 20% damage reduction for 5 seconds. The twig itself, if no one enters it, will last for 10 seconds. While this move cannot be used while under attack, it does gain gold focus. This will allow you to reset a fight and gain a nice benefit in between hits. Ziping Yin's second version of her skill, aromatherapy, Umarman, allows her to toss out the same spiritual twig, except this time when activated, it will grant you a spiritual energy shield, which will block hit stun from normal attacks. This effect lasts for 12 seconds or until your opponent damages through enough of your health to interrupt it. Keep in mind that focus attacks and all other forms of attack will hit stun you, it's only the light attacks that will not. This skill is extremely useful if you have an offensive member of your team that you really want to buff and try to get a combo off with. Or if you're feeling lucky, you can grant it as a self boon and try to get combos on your own. Either way, the second version of the skill allows Ziping Yin to enter the field with a both defensive and offensive option. Now let's get into Ziping Yin's ultimates. The first version of Ziping Yin's ultimate is called Saving Grace. When activated, this allows you to constantly consume rage to restore all allied units' health and armor while also increasing their restoration abilities by 30%. This ultimate is special because it can actually be activated at 70% rage for the first effect I just listed, but if you let it charge all the way to 100%, it gains an extra effect. When Saving Grace reaches 100%, Ziping Yin also gains Sedate Soul. This will allow Ziping Yin, upon taking lethal damage, to then blow your opponents away and regain some health for an extra life. Sedate Soul also grants a 20% damage reduction for 5 seconds. This will activate automatically if you have full rage, so be sure to take note of that whenever you go into combat. Keep in mind that once Sedate Soul is activated, Ziping Yin will lose all of her rage, so you need to be careful on when to use this and when not to. One final note about Sedate Soul is that any player that has this active will have this green icon above them. Whenever Sedate Soul is not applied or the opponent has used it already, then this green icon will not be present. The second version of Ziping Yin's ultimate is called Saving Grace Aegis, and upon activation, this allows her to pass Sedate Soul to all of her teammates while also slowly regenerating their health and armor. You can activate this ultimate at 70% rage with no additional effects at 100%. Sedate Soul will be active on all of your units until either Ziping Yin's rage runs out or it gets activated by an enemy. This makes Saving Grace Aegis an excellent get-out-of-jail-free card if you know that your teammates are about to die or you yourself are about to die. One final note that all ultimates do have golden focus, but they cannot be used under attack. You will either need to find an opening or pre-plan your approach before you activate your ultimate. Overall, Ziping Yin is an excellent support fighter with healing and resistance abilities. She grants unique mechanics that allow you to ignore light attacks and can also bring you back from the brink of destruction. For solo modes, I like to either take the first or the second ability, as both have their strengths and weaknesses between damage reduction or eliminating the hit stun from light attacks. For her ultimates, I like to take the first version, as the extra life is activated automatically and you don't need to worry about when to activate it or have the potential of wasting it if your opponent knows what to look for. The 30% healing buff also allows you to make a quick recovery in the middle of a firefight as well. For team fighting, Ziping Yin can again use either option of her skills. If you have a more wombo combo or defensive approach, you can take the first option for the damage reduction and armor and health regen, or if you have a more offensive option like Tarkaji or Takada Nobutada, then you can take the second option, that being Umarman, and have the ability to ignore light attack hit stun. For Ziping Yin's ultimates, it again depends on your team composition. While the base Saving Grace ultimate will not allow you to pass Sedate Soul over to your teammates, the extra regenerative ability could pair very nicely with someone like Kurumi. The 30% regenerative ability will allow you to make Kurumi's ultimate an even bigger force to be reckoned with. On the flip side, if you'd like to dive into the action and save your teammates from harm, you can opt for Saving Grace Aegis, which will allow you to grant Sedate Soul to the entire rest of your team at 70% rage. This can be great, for example, if your team is about to be clapped by a Tien high ultimate. Overall, Ziping Yin brings a lot to the table and is sure to be a force to be reckoned with on any team or solo match. Well, that is all the time we have for today. Thank you, NARAKA BLADEPOINT, for having me on. I've been OSK, y'all have a great day, and I'll see you all out there.